Generic greetings! Babylon 5 is one of my all-time favourite franchises. Throughout its main run and its heyday in the late 90s, early 2000s, it spawned 5 series, a couple of spin-offs, and several TV movies. And the thing is, it was its scope that surprised me. It covered things like war and peace, order versus chaos, religion, intergalactic politics, down to the small-scale stuff such as loss, addiction, things like that. And it was its scope that really makes it still hold up-ish to this day. I mean, obviously it's over 20 years old, the acting is dodgy at parts, the sets are made of cardboard, the CG is horrific by today's standards, but it's still got those themes, which makes it really, really good. And that's what I like about Stellaris. You start on a planet like the one you see in front of you, and then you reach space, and then you make space stations and fleets, and then you explore your system, and then you explore the system next to it, and then go on, and then meet other empires, and then before you know it, there's a huge sprawling map full of many different empires, and ones that are more xenophobic, or maybe more warlike, and ones that are pacifists, or maybe ones that just want to help you out, and you'll meet different empires that perhaps you'll get on with, and then you'll meet ancient empires that really you just don't want to go anywhere near, and if you go anywhere near them, well, just look at their technology level and everything else, everything is just completely overwhelming. Either way, the scope of Stellaris is massive. Now, because I'm a big Babylon 5 fanboy, playing this is pretty much like doing B5. It's like, well, it's got the same sort of scope. But there was always a couple of things missing, and that was really ancient empires that made you really sort of say join or die, and things that are sort of really, really mysterious. Well, all of that has been sort of fixed with the latest 1.3 update and the Leviathans DLC. Something that I've played about 8 hours of now, so this is still, I guess, a first impressions. After all, it's a 4X strategy game by Paradox, which means I have to put about 300 hours plus in order to really get a proper opinion on this one. But either way, I've played a bit of it. I'm going to show you a little bit of it, and you can decide whether it's something for yourself. TLDR, I think it's the best DLC I've played this year, but that's mainly because I'm completely not objective at this point, because all this 1.3 update, and specifically, I guess, the Leviathans DLC, has really just turned this into a sort of B5 simulation, into, oh my god, this is exactly what I want. In fact, when the main, what's called War in Heaven kicks off, when essentially 2 ancient races awaken and start fighting, the main clicky button is, I think it says something like Giants in the Playground, which is a line from Babylon 5 as well. I don't know whether that was intentional or whether it's from something else. Either way, as soon as I saw that, I went, whoa, plus 10 giddiness points for me. Anyway, I'm going to show you my empire, the one I've been messing around with, and a couple of the other empires. I'll show you some of the other stuff. We'll do some fights, blah, blah, blah. So this is the Cute R Empire. There you go. We've got a heart symbol, and it's the Cute R Empire. The reason for that is because you could pick like a really cute gecko-looking thing, and I thought, there's no way I'm not going to make the Cute R Empire and go with that sort of cute looking thing. There's also like a cute butterfly as well that I was going to go with, but I thought the gecko looked better because it has like a robe on and such. I was also going to go like really full irony mode, because I was going to say, right, well, I'll go the Cute R Empire but have as like really bad militarists, but we're not. We're actually fanatic collectivists and also xenophiles. So once we expanded and met our neighbor, which is also a xenophile, we were getting on. In fact, I am part of, I'm not part of their federation, I am just like I'm just sort of, I don't know what the term is, but you're agreeing with their federation. What's it say? Hang on. Trade deals with me, and I'm a federation. I have federation association status. Essentially, I agree with what their federation is about. But I can actually join the federation, and actually join it. I will, because they will say yes to it. Excellent. So I might actually do that. The problem was when I met these guys, and these guys, we were actually getting on okay. By the way, I'm not going to say the names because I just go with the symbols. But essentially, I was getting on well with the green, and then we met this purple guy at the top, and everything was going okay until we met this teal colour guy, this guy up here, who is really bad because he is a collectivist and a fanatic and militarist, and he started kicking the absolute crap out of red. Red was about here, by the way, and once he did that, these started fighting, because this guy on the right hand side is also a militarist, and he joined forces with them. They had a non-aggression pact, which means he could start fighting these. Now, it didn't go well for him. They fought a bit, and Blue managed to hold him off, which then they did a non-aggression pact and stopped the war. This guy kept, however, pushing him to keep attacking, and because he wouldn't, these guys banded together, then these guys banded together, and then I banded together with the guy next to me, and so he started putting his pressure on Purple to attack me, and which is why he declared me as a rival. My opinion with them is minus 251 because we now declared each other's as rivals. He's got rivals everywhere, and essentially I'm about to be attacked at some point by this guy. If not, then I know he's going to come towards me at some point. Even though it says +5 on their opinion, it's because they don't border me, and I haven't really had a bit of an issue with them. You can see it's overwhelming fleet capacity, overwhelming naval capacity, overwhelming fleet power, overwhelming naval capacity, and their technology level is superior. So essentially, if they come to attack me, I'm dead. Hopefully, though, I'll be in this federation, which means we'll be able to band together and stick together. Now, we've also got on the left-hand side a Beacon of Infinity, which is a lost... It's a stagnant ascender, I can't pronounce it. We've got a fanatic materialist, and these are the keepers of knowledge. They have a big ring around this system. I don't know if we'll be able to see it. Yes, there you go. We've got this trade district and things like industrial district. It's essentially the crystal maze, but around a star. Big halo, and if you capture it, you get loads of stuff. But yeah, there's no way you're going to capture that. That's one of the lost empires, or the lost empire, not lost empires. The Fallen Empires. Up here, you've got the same thing. These are militant isolationists, so you do not want to go there. With the latest 1.3 update, you can actually, I believe, talk to some of them, like if they're xenophiles. Xenophiles, they'll actually give you quests. Speaking of quests, you've also got now some different, like, what are they called? I don't know what these guys are called, but essentially you get 3 types of, like, destroyed empires. Like, they were really great empires, and now they've sort of not like locked themselves off like these, but they're sticking around, and they're focused on whatever they want to do. So, for example, you've got 3 of them. So you've got a trade empire, you've got, they're called enclaves, I guess. You've got a trade one, you've got an artist one, and you've got a curator one. The problem with Stellaris is that the early game of exploring was fantastic, and the late game, when you get either big invasions from essentially Tyranids or Cthulhu, or you get the robotic ones, or all the other random big events, the stuff in between was essentially you talking with the different neighbors and stuff, and it was not boring by any means, but it did get a bit slow, but that's part of 4X problem, I guess. But either way, these have sort of sped up a bit because you can actually talk to them, and you can say, look, I want to say trade, I don't know, minerals. I want to say trade for energy credits. So you can say, I'll give you... So 200 energy for 100 materials, and when you do that, your opinion goes up. And once your opinion goes up, you can actually trade for other things like strategic resources. And strategic resources have had a change now. So instead of you just collecting loads and building different things with them, now essentially if you've got like one strategic resource, you'll have like a global effect throughout your empire. The other ones that you can meet are, for example, well, we've got the trade one, we've got the artist enclave. You can see I've actually got minus energy credits, and the reason for that is I'm actually giving them 25 per tick energy, because I'm essentially funding their big, great galactic artwork, which will be good eventually because their opinion slowly goes up and up and up, and then we might get a global effect at the end. The last one that you can meet is... where is it? That one there. This curator enclave. Essentially, it's like the... It is the Great Library of Alexandria. It's you can get star charts from them, you can get research, tell me about the mysteries of the universe, and they've told me about 2 mysteries. The first mystery was here, and if we go there, we might be able to see it. We cannot, but we know it's there. It says, hostile intel, Ether Drake. It's one of the massive Leviathans that are in this thing. It doesn't even have a military power level, it's just a skull, so you know it's going to be quite high. And they've also got a Dragon's Horde as well, got 30 energy and 30 minerals. That is a really, really, really big bad Drake, and you don't want to go anywhere near it. There's also, apparently, one of them over there, which I've never been to, and I really don't want to go there, and there's nothing named. But you get, I believe, 8 Leviathans in total, and... there could be things like some weird Death Star type thing to these drakes, to what essentially is like a weird third space alien type things. I'm, like, say, comparing this to B5 because that's my frame of reference and stuff, but It's, yeah, this is good. These Leviathan things. I want to show you it, but I can't actually go there because my fleet is not allowed to go over there because this guy is, well, essentially they've closed all borders and stuff with me. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use my fleet. I'm going to smash some guys down the bottom here. And then if we don't get to, like, have a little chat with these guys and we don't, like, open diplomatic status again and we get, like, access to it, I'll just go to war and I'll go in and show you the Drake anyway and then we'll call it a day. So what I want to do is get this Armada. We'll unpause it for a second and we'll get this Armada. You can see it's a power of, military power, 2,860. I want to go in next to me and there is some Sapphire Lurkers of 2,400 plus a bit of change in there. And you can see this is inside my border, but I've never been able to go in there and take them out because they're quite tough. Now, one of the things that you used to get like random floating jellyfish or crystalline entities, but they always used to be just randomly floating around. They've changed that now in 1.3, and you get them dotted around like in sort of like big regions and stuff, which is something I like. I don't know whether you have to sledge them. I don't know whether you have to just absolutely wreck them, or whether you can just or whether you can actually talk to them. I really don't know. I know there was some research I was doing earlier, but I've sort of ran out of that now. I've just done some research over here, and what will happen is that will continue on because I've unlocked automatic exploration, which now for the late game is really good because I can just press that and it's just going to keep exploring itself, which is fantastic. So let's have a quick look at my faction. It is, or my fleet over here. There it is. So there's my fleet. We've got a couple of cruisers. We've got the cruiser R. That's a Termath class, and we've also got the Termath car class. The Termath car is actually car for carrier, so we've got a couple of carriers in here, then we've got a couple of like cruiser carriers, a couple of cruisers, and then also the destroyers. The weapons have been changed. Why is it gone over there? The weapons have been changed as well. If you go to on, you can see the UI has been changed a little bit as well. There's lots of changes and stuff. But the main thing I want to talk about is this ship designer. So I've got auto mode on a lot of these ones. So there's my ship there. You can see we've got these medium ion disruptors and stuff. And now you get, well, the actual class of ship, like whether it be corvette and stuff like that, actually matters because essentially if you fire like a big honking space torpedo at a corvette, the chance of it hitting are actually quite slim because you've got like tracking speed and things like that. Now, it still doesn't really explain it much, and it's one of those things where it's a 4X game, play it until you get hit. But essentially, you learn this game by hitting your head against a brick wall, and eventually sort of knowledge will seep in or you'll pass out. Anyway, so we're going to click on these, we're going to say attack, and there we go. And we'll see what happens. There's also like huge weapons, like another huge weapon slot, which is fantastic. So you can get like spinal lasers and stuff, which is excellent. Right, so we're heading in, and let's just see what happens. I'm sure they've also changed. The game looks brighter in places as well. I don't know whether they've updated the graphics and stuff. But either way, we'll head over here. So I'm going to attack these guys. I'm going to speed up to max speed while we head over there. And then it'll go boom, and then we'll head into combat. So let's just see what happens. They're going to come round. Normal combat. Here we are. Normal combat speed. And we can see what's going to happen is I will go into a tactical formation, and then we get these things that are sort of flying around. You're thinking, what on earth are them? That's the technology that I found. They're like these weird amoeba things. Look at that, sort of tadpoles firing out. There's some shots that I'm firing away. They've got shots incoming. They're going to smack into my shields, as you can see. I've got a fairly decent amount of shields, but my crew's getting absolutely ruined, which I'm surprised at. Their fleet is 2.3. If I lose a cruiser before even getting in, that's not going to be too good. But anyway, you can see my shield overall level is going down there, and we are firing away. Looks like there's a lot of shots going in. I am taking them out. I'm on 2.6. They're on 2.1, so I'm slowly damaging them. And they've got a lot of smaller ships, so it will actually go down a lot quicker. It still says that it's about middling in terms of the overall level, but it looks like they're not doing much damage. Oh no, I've just lost a cruiser. There we go. I'm down to 2.3. I expected to lose perhaps maybe at 1 point odd K. If I lose about 1.2k, I'll be all right. But it looks like actually I'm losing this at a faster rate than I really expected. I'm on 1.8. Theirs is now at 1.7. I'm going to lose a lot of fleet here. So what I'm going to do is go to my spaceport and make me some cruisers. We're just going to keep building them because we're going to have to get this fleet back up and running. I'm actually losing this fight now, which is bad. Although, to be fair, we haven't actually taken out any of their big cruiser classes yet. You can see there's a couple of sapphire crystal shards there. But we are starting to chip them down. But we're about 50-50 at the moment. There you go. So, there's still shots whizzing out. In terms of damage, they're doing a lot of kinetic. Which is bad, because I've got shields. I should really put more armor on this thing. Either way, I'm at 1.1, they're at 1.2. I think I'll end up winning it, but only just. Only because... Oh, I don't know. I think they might be winning this. It's the large things I'm not taking out. But to be fair... we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. There's no point in running. I can do an emergency jump. If I need to. Do I really want to? It might be worth it.
System survey complete.
Do I really want to do an emergency jump? How many cruisers have I got left? I've only got 1 cruisers and then destroyers left. Okay, retreat. We're going to have to retreat. There we go. So we did run away. We haven't destroyed them. And we'll get these repaired up. So where are they? Where did they get back to? They've actually lost. The state is missing in action. So they've done a blind jump essentially. And we don't know where they are. They'll come back. So, more cruisers. That was a big fight, that. I didn't expect to get that hammered.
Research complete.
Research complete. What research complete? Looks like we've got energy storage upgrade. Oh, this is the quantum energy states, which gives us energy storage, power plant increased, and the Brathian power plant 3. So what do we want to go for? We've got barrier point defense, which would be quite good. Advanced combat rolls. Blue laser. I think we'll go for advanced combat rolls. Now when you do research as well, you get... sometimes below it shows you what tree that it will start to unlock. I like the semi-random nature of the technology, so you can't just sort of game it in one particular way. The way it works is essentially the more you focus on one particular area, the more technology you'll get from that area. It's essentially like a deck of cards, and it'll put more cards in or take ones out based on which way you're going with your technology. We're also researching the Corps of Engineers, which will give us military station build cost minus 15%, and then also military station health plus 25, which will be good. Anyway, we've also built our ship over here. Fantastic. We've got plus 10 now to our energy credits. The reason for that is because essentially I've lost a huge fleet. Ah, there we go. The fleet's actually turned back up. There it is. Hi, guys. That's a shame. Someone's died. It is the person who was doing my physics research. We're going to have to get someone else then. So research speed, plus 10%, rocketry research, or leader lifespan. We'll go for increase speed. There we go. And you can research that. So I also have a couple of other things. I've got this this station here. I'm just going to upgrade that. What I'm going to have to do is go to from Qtopia to this other place. We're going to go around and automatically upgrade the stations. You can actually make your own stations as well. It should be in here. If we go to our ship designer, we go down to the station. There you go. Look, you got defense stations and stuff. That's cool. Actually, the one at Qtopia. I know it sounds really terrible. I'm just messing around. This thing here, this is actually, it's not just a defense platform, it's actually like a leader one. It's, you get one, because of my, like, faction, because of what I am, it's sort of, it's like a better variation. So I'm going to go to repair fleet. That's going to come over here and actually get repaired. We're going to still keep building these cruisers. Looks like we've got admirals gained a trait. Reduce ship operating costs. Well, that's good. I'm glad about that, because I really can't get enough of that one. There's my other fleet coming in. The 1.3 update also adds in automatic combining of fleets, so you'll have like a rally point and stuff. Essentially, a lot of the 1.3 update is like quality of life improvements. Also, you can now get a Federation victory, so you don't just have to kill each other if you're playing multiplayer or sort of semi-co-op comp stomping, which is something I do. Anyway, so there's my fleet. It's still a grand now, which is good. Leveled up. We'll go for... I do want one of those, but I don't have the energy. Sorry, I do have the energy now, but I don't have the materials. So I'm going to talk to this guy. I would like to trade for materials. So I want I'll give you 1,000 material for 2,000 energy. Yeah, we'll go for that one. Okay. So Qtopia, we'll get the Temeth car and hang on. The artisan troop. So, here follows the latest newsletter for all of our patrons. Sadly, nothing much is being produced in the Enclave. Most of the artists have fallen into a deep melancholy from where there's no inspiration can be drawn. Mood is dire, but hopeful. Creation takes time after all. So am I just funding their drug-fueled binge? Are they just gone on a random piss-up? I really don't know. Typical artists. They're probably just jacked up and sold everything that's worth selling, and they just... Bloody junkies. Right, okay. Any donations that might help the group rekindle our interest would be great. I'd like to donate. You can say 500 minerals, and you also get 50 influence. Go on then. Whatever, we'll see what happens. Accept your donation. Promise it'll be used in the most creative endeavors. Whatever. I don't know if we'll actually get anything out of that, but one of the great things is that you just don't know. It's like the exploration, the unknown. It's like, ooh, what's going to actually happen? Apart from when you play it for like hours and hours and hours, I'm sure, and then the whole facade falls off and you can see the underlying like code and all of the things that'll happen, which you do get to a certain point with a lot of games. Right, so we're still building ships. We're going to build another ship there. If we get to about maybe 1.6, we should be okay. Obviously, the whole point is I'm trying to clear this out so I can go in there. The one I really want is this one, because it actually does have a habitable planet, and I do have a colony ship that's been sitting there for quite some time, and I just haven't done anything with it because, well, essentially there's nothing to do with it, because I can't move it elsewhere. Construction is complete. We are at a 1.5, so maybe one more ship would do us quite nicely. I'll just wait a little bit of time. We'll get some money enough to build that. So, as I said, one of the big things with the Leviathans, they called it a story pack. I'm not too sure why it's called a story pack. I don't know whether they're going to do other ones and maybe they're not compatible. I hope that they are. But the idea is that you get this war in heaven where two ancient or fallen empires, or whatever you would like to call them, will rekindle that and then start fighting. And you can either join them, not join them, or... you can either join one or the other, or just say no, bugger off, and either fight them, maybe, or later on you might be able to essentially just keep out of the way if they've actually got sledge. But will they come for you after? Well, we don't really know. We don't really know at all. I really want to go over there and find out what that is. I really want to talk to this guy, but essentially he is he's actually not really a full nation anymore. I think he's been vassalized by this guy. The red guy's been vassalized by him. One of the... oh, there's our station thing gone. An alien proto-civilization encountered. Okay, interesting. So we've got the option... oh, if we get this battleships, we get battleships. Do we want that, or do we want strike craft damage? I think we're going to go for the... we really need more guns, but I think I'm going to go for that thing there. Ah, okay. Greetings! We have come up with a generous new type of architecture, specifically tuned to improve crowds' understanding of one another. Functions thanks to a mix of using the populace's subconscious bias towards each other and art, while then smashing it all and presenting a new form of unity. Would you like to purchase this building? And if we get that building, we get access to the military of culture with the following empire effects. Xenophobia minus 50%, ethics divergence minus 10%, and planet happiness plus 10%. Ooh, that'd be very good. Well, I would like to take that, but because of how expensive it is, I'm going to say we cannot afford that, and they'll go, oh, alright then. We might be able to talk to them later on, but we'll see. One of the things, like I said, there's been loads of like updates, and the 1.3 update is just, you know, essentially quality of life and other nice changes as well. And then you've got the Leviathans and stuff, which adds all this things that I mentioned, like the big Drake, which I want to show you in just a moment, or in a bit. And also this war in heaven, but there's still one thing really missing, and that's this thing. This is where you look at down all of the other empires, and you can say things like, get rid of all these, right? These are the people who I should be worrying about. These are the other empires. Looking at this, understanding their opinion, that's quite easy to understand, but looking at then you see that, like, the Federation and relative power, that's okay, but it's this status thing where it shows you what you've got trade deals, what they've got trade deals with, who they've got rivalries with, who they've got different treaties, who they're at war with, and if you've got like 3 or 4 interconnected like species, it's really difficult to understand. Like, it would be much better visually presented. So, for example, you'd be able to mouse over that green region, and it would just have lines to an empire and say, right, we're at war with this guy, we're at peace with that guy, this is one we've got trade deals with. You know, just a couple of like notable lines with a key would be much easier, whereas now you have to go through that. I hope that is something that will be introduced at some point, because it's just complicated, and it's been complicated from to start with, but it seems even more complicated now with all of the other stuff that can go on. But just a minor niggle. Anyway, so we're why have I got pause? We need to build. We'll build that carrier. Actually, we don't want to build the carrier. We want to build one that can shoot. This is bad. We're at war. Okay. Have we? This guy, the Malwegol, has declared war on him. The Chino-Stellar Union. Okay. So, it looks like he's also entered into a non-aggression pact with him, so that's changed essentially these borders. I've also got some research complete as well. What do we want? Physics lab, warp drive. Warp drive 3 is always good. Proton torpedoes, which are T for torpedoes. This is a new slot now, you see. Yeah, we'll go for torpedoes, because my technology's sort of lagging behind just a little bit. Let's upgrade my entire fleet, and it'll take probably a while to do that. I also need to go over to my ship planner and just check. Oh my good grief, that's the... Oh, I thought that was a ship then. I was thinking, what the hell is that? Let's go for my Termath car, and we will pull that off. Auto-complete ship. It's still... Yeah, that's still the best piece I can put on. I've got it on auto-upgrade, so auto-upgrade components to a high level, but I don't know if it's auto-best. Like, that is the best that it can be, but it's different when you've got this one. Anyway, so we'll save the design. Yes, we'll overwrite that. System survey is complete. Some things have been updated. That's fine. Upgrade the fleet once more. There you go, because there was a couple of changes. And we're about 2,000 now. Oh! Zerocorp. Dearest customer, we regret to inform you that the trade deal we negotiated for the export of Zerogel to the worlds of the acute Empire has run its course. We will, of course, more than willing to extend this deal for another 10 years. Yeah, this is just big corporation. I can't afford to continue that. What they were doing is they were selling a gel that made you it made it easier to go to planets and, you know, made them more habitable, which was interesting. But, you know, it cost quite a bit, and as you can see, we are losing this now. So, apparently, they're no longer here. The bad guys. That's an interesting one. Galactic Administration, Monthly Influence +1, research. Also, a global capital complex and advanced government forms, which is good. We go for Ministry of Benevolence. Ethics Diversion -15. Okay, we've also got farming subsidies and hydroponic farms 2. Or Xenozoo. We're going to go for hydroponics farm 2. So actually, as you see here, look, these have disappeared. This is good. So what I need to do is find where my where my science ships are. One of them's over there, and I don't really care for it. I want you to come in here, please, and I want you to say research projects there. Right, so those are not there anymore. So where have they gone? Let's have a quick look in here. Let's see if the fleet has moved on. I don't know where they are. Now I know there is some big fleets, yes. If I go here though, there's bigger ones. And in fact, there's like a... I believe there is... What's that knocking noise? Can you hear that? Dong, dong, what the hell is that? Anyway, yeah, in here, look. There is... Somewhere here, there's like an... Is that the Nexus? No, near this. There is a fairly big space station somewhere. Let's head back. What I want to do... It sounds like I'm underwater. What I want to do... Upgrade that. Make sure all these are upgraded. In case I get attacked. In fact, I say in case I get attacked. I'm going to be attacking shortly anyway. Because I want to show you this Drake. And it's going to be difficult. Sadly, I don't think I'll be able to show you the war in heaven, because it's a random event that may or may not kick off. I haven't been able to, like... so, well, I played it earlier, and essentially I just went, yeah, I'm going to join you! And I was like, imagine I was here, and this was the one that I didn't agree with. They just absolutely ran through me. Like, it wasn't even there. I didn't even manage to stop them. It was shocking. But, yeah, I didn't have that saved, sadly. I just played it all the way through. That was my full, like, almost 8-hour stint. There's some random save games on there, but it didn't save it. It saved it beforehand, but it hasn't triggered yet, so... Yeah, what can we get? Grand Admirals, Hydroponics Farm. We'll go for our naval capacity. What's this here? So, apparently, this guy wants star charts. Agreed for both. Yeah, I'll agree with that. We've also got, this guy's broke off their non-aggression pact. They broke off their non-aggression pact. For some reason, they've been doing a lot of that. Right, where's my science ship? It's over there for some reason. Auto-explore, please. Or did I tell them to come over here? That one. That one. I want you to go there, please. And actually, I don't need to. It's already explored now. Let's get my construction ship. Get in there. Mining stations. Lots of them. Eventually, my border will expand to these. Actually, it already has expanded that one, so we can go there. So, I do have this empire. There's couple of decent... Why are my ships not? Why am I losing so much money? Okay, it's patron of the arts it's doing me in. So apparently, I'm going to have to cancel that. Other artist, communicate, and cancel patronage. There we go. So we're now getting some plus stuff. This is good. Right, so we want a... We'll have a carrier. And then what I'm going to do is show you this big bad boy over here. Now, the problem is that I'm going to have to go to war with him to get in there. Apparently, they're already at war. Oh! Hang on! At war with the... him. Right, that's interesting. And the Republic of...
Construction complete.
Due just through whatever the hell they are. Those guys. Wow, I did not expect that. Do they have a defensive pact? Defensive pact with him, who's currently getting sledged, and him, who's on the other side of the galaxy, so I don't care. This guy, is he at war? He is at war with him. Right, so if I go to war with purple, I should only really have to contend with this guy, so it's not really going to bother me too much. The problem is that I want to join this federation, but if I join this federation, the chances of me being able to go to war with this guy are slim, because if you're in a federation, you have to vote, or the federation has to vote. You can't just go stomping off, which is a shame. Let's have a quick look. They are equivalent in fleet power, naval capacity, and technology level. Okay, so I might be able to give these guys a good kicking. But I don't want to do that. That's not my objective. What my objective is, really, is to open these up, because I've minimized them down. And... music's still awesome. Right. How good is my technology? Well, we're going to get another technology. Proton torpedoes in 8 months. It's on fastest, so it's not going to take too long. It might be worth it. It might be worth waiting. Keep building up my fleet, and then going in from there. Offer trade deal. I wonder if we can actually start trading with these guys. Like instant transfer. Or monthly transfer. They won't have research agreement. They're certainly not going to have research agreement. I understand as well.
Evading hostile fleet.
Where? That is a science ship. I'm not too bothered about that one. Hang on though. Who are these guys? Oh, they just look like to be some sort of pirates. Yeah, pirates. Quite big pirates, in fact. They've done alright for themselves. Well done. We'll come and send a 3,000 fleet to come and kick your ass at some point. There's my research done. Oh! Okay, so we've got a couple of things popped up here. We've got sentient AI. Now, this is dangerous technology and rare. Rare being purple, it means the chance of getting it quite low. Dangerous technology is dangerous for a couple of reasons. Firstly, once you research dangerous technology, that can trigger they call it endgame events, but essentially global galactic events, I think is a better term. Things like, if you get sentient AI, the rise of the machines, where they start taking over the universe. And if you start researching this as well, if you've got ancient empires, they will, or can say, don't do it. And you either say, piss off, mate, or okay, no problem. And if you don't, sometimes they can just go, we've seen what that goes to, we're going to kill you. Because that's going to, they know that that could possibly be the end of the galaxy. So I'm going to start researching it because, F the police and all that. Let's go to fully upgrade here, because I have a feeling that my ships have been upgraded. No, I haven't. I thought they'd have been upgraded with missiles, but I'm guessing, we need torpedoes, so we'll go put torpedo bow on this and auto-complete ships with torpedoes. Oh yes. And what about my cruiser? Actually, do I want that? I think that's okay. That's 791. That's 791. That's 806, so we'll save that. That's the Termoth car. And yeah, we'll save that. And then we've got the auto best here, which we could change the front end, but I think we're about right. Okay, so the The long-range fighter, well, the long-range carriers, as you might imagine, are going to be firing torpedoes, which is good. And they've now got back, and they're now upgrading, and this is probably going to take a while.
Ships upgraded.
Nope, it did not take a while. Okay, so 3,100 plus change. This is all pretty much sorted. I'm going to say auto-complete. Oh, actually, I'm going to say upgrade, because that one's been exploring the galaxy for about 50 years. One of my scientists has died. Research speed, I'll go for that one straight away. And there we go. Right, so let's have a little chat. He's equivalent on everything, but I don't really care. I'm going to declare war. And what I'm going to say, for my goals, the war goals, I will say open borders and can I say open border? Has closed their borders towards it. They're not going to accept that. Open borders with... do I want to do that? See, I can put war goals for other things because he's got defensive pacts. They are the galactic Muravandia. And I want to say open borders. Parameter.con. Look at that. Bit of a glitch there. Should point out, and I think I did say it at the start, this is, I'm running this several days, hang on, I'm recording this on the Tuesday, this is out Friday. So, yeah. Several days, a couple of days before it's due out, so there may be a couple of issues in places. Anyway, I'm just going to say humiliate, right? Because I don't really want much war. I don't really care, to be honest with you. I'm just going to war, and I'm just going to head over there. Because what I want to do is show you this Drake, and then that'll be pretty much the end of it. So, unpause it, max speed, we'll head over there. It looks like someone's died again. Who's died? An admiral. Oh, the admiral, great. Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted. Okay, we're going to war. He just falls down with a heart attack. No, that's not good. Weapons range 10%. Combat speed, FTL damage. That one. Go on then. Right. So we are jumping in. I wonder if they've got anything here. They'll have mining here. Right, you ready to see a Drake? This is one of 8, I believe. Possible things you can... Oh my good grief, it charged straight towards me there. This is the Drake that I was on about. And, yeah. It's firing big, honking... well, what are that? Like, lightning from its wings. And it's also got... Whoa! Some big, really horrible, like, breath weapon. And it's just blown a cruiser up. Yeah. By the way, not all of them apparently are hostile. You can talk to some of them. I haven't met that one yet, but it is possible apparently. Yeah. That's a... Oh my god, look at that. It's absolutely wrecking. The cruisers are just getting taken out. So, when it shows a skull for its military power, understand that it's not taking the piss. Oh my good grief. So yeah, that's the Drake. I'm running. Don't go in there again, is the moral of the story. Anyway, I am going to leave it there. That is just a very short video and explanation of the 1.3 update, Halcyon I think it is called, something like that, and the Leviathans DLC. Honestly, as I said at the start of this video, the reason I like it so much is, well, for a start, it's a great game anyway, but also it's just now went, you know what? It's B5. It's B5 the game. As soon as a mod comes out, right, to mod all the races in for B5, you know, Membari, Nans, Centauri, then change some of the ancient races to Vorlons and Shadows, and then you'll have, I guess the Leviathans would be like the ancient ones, so the Walkers of Sigmar 9, 5, 7, something like that, or whatever it is, as well as the other ones as well. All of that sort of thing. I'll just be like, yep, so that's my gaming completed for the next decade. Either way, that is a bit of Stellaris Leviathans. It's it is great. It's fantastic. The game was good beforehand, and now this has really just knocked it up a notch. It's the I wouldn't call it a hole in the game, but the sort of slow mid game has been changed up a little bit. The end game is more interesting. There's more random things to explore, more things to actually find, and random events and such, and just the quality of life stuff is good as well. The only thing really that I have a big problem with now is the lack of espionage stuff, which is always missing from 4X. I don't know why, at least modern 4X and stuff it seems to be, and also this. I mean, look at that tab. How the hell are you supposed to... I mean, it might be okay once you've played it for about a bazillion hours, but you still have to mouse over it and check them all. It would be really nice if this is changed. But it's a Paradox game, which means I'm sure we'll see more DLC, more updates, things like that, because it's supported well. As always, comments in the comments. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.